Hey there, my name is Jamie Munoz, and I am the visionary and founder of Catalyst Integrators. And I had the privilege of going to the INC5000 Conference and Gala last week here in Scottsdale, Arizona. I live here, so it was wonderful that I got to go in person and not have to travel because I hate traveling. So yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit about my experience and what it was about and what we did and what ink even is. For those of you who've been asking me like, oh, ink, like your tattoos. Wrong. Ink as in INC, the magazine, the publication, they rank the 5,000 fastest growing companies in America every year. Big brands have been on this list. Obviously, smaller brands like mine have been on here. This is our second year on the list. Last year in 2024, we were number 640 on the list with over 725% growth, I think it was. And this year we came in at number 2174 for 2025. So basically then what they do is they have an event, like a 2 or 3 day conference in person to kind of celebrate. And what I'll say that's really cool about this event is that, you know, you go to a lot of conferences and things like that, right? And it's like networking and learning and growth and all that, which is awesome. But what's so cool about this is like everyone is celebrating. Like it's just a place for like congratulating everyone and like, you know, everyone you meet with and talk to, you're like, oh, congrats, good job, you know, like where'd you make it on the list this year and all that. So it's just like a really cool vibe and energy around celebration, which I love a good celebration. So what was really cool this year too is I had joined Inc. Leadership Forum last year. So like there's this really cool opportunity where once you're a member, like once you have made the list, you can join the leadership forum and it gets you access to like special events and community and all of these cool things. So also, you know, like I have articles that I've gotten to write for Inc.com. So we had special events with them, which was really, really cool. I got to meet Jay Shetty in person, which was really neat, and talk to him for a minute. And we got like a private session with Damon John, just kind of yelling at us about not really using our benefits the way that we should have. It was quite hilarious. So anyways, just, yeah, I've got a lot of key takeaways and things. Like here's my fun little, they did like events where like there was like photo booths and photo ops and different fun things. And they spoil you with food and drinks and all that. And there's really great like vendors and people that are there from like bigger companies, you know, American Airlines and Uber for Business, that kind of stuff. And then there's the gala, which I don't know anybody who doesn't like a gala. I mean, an excuse to like get your hair done, get your makeup done, like get all dressed up. Like it's just such a vibe. It's so fun. So I got to celebrate at the gala on the last night and kind of like end on that high note, which was really neat. So yeah, we heard from a lot of really great like entrepreneurs. Candidly, it was a lot of people who are in like product businesses, like consumer packaged goods or you know, some of the brands that I'll mention, like Carvana was there, Apothecary, the like healthy drops for your drinks, Poppy, Eventbrite. Who else was there? That was really cool. Let me see. Taraji, she's an actress and an entrepreneur. She's like super into scalp health and hair care. So she came on and she talked about personal brand and talked about how if it's something that you need, then other people need it too. And that also goes into like social and sharing and stuff, is like, you know, being authentic and, you know, the things that we all go through, we're not alone. Like nobody's alone with, whether it's again, like a scalp or a hair issue or a business issue or things like that. Like we're not alone. So I just thought that was really cool how she came on and she talked very authentically about that and about fundraising and about, you know, having to buy back her company recently and things like that. So let's see who else we heard from that I loved. Ashley Fox owns a company called Empify, EMPIFY, where they're helping people learn how to build wealth and invest and do things. She's got, it's like an app-based platform where I think you can go on and, give any amount of money that you want to invest in your future and in your retirement and things like that. And she was just really cool and authentic and came on really just talking about how her own personal issues or challenges led her to this and led her to, again, it goes into we're all not alone. Somebody needs exactly what she's offering. And she said that they've invested, they've invested over $14 million, with all the people that are on their platform. So that was really, really cool to hear, the impact that she's making in communities that maybe normally would be afraid to talk to a wealth advisor or something, or not know how to go about stocks and things. So I just love, she just talked about making sure that you're having micro conversations for creating movement. I thought that was really, really neat. Jake Plummer, who is a local AZ football player. I don't do sports, but I know his name because I'm in Arizona. He started a company called UMBO, UMBO, and it's all about functional mushrooms and taking these different mushroom supplements and what it can do for your health. He came on and was talking with Damon John from Shark Tank. They were both giving a lot of insight on longevity and the trends and the things that they're doing, the things that they're seeing, and just tying together that whole focus on mind, body, and spirit. This longevity stuff isn't just for the ultra rich or the wealthy or the entrepreneurs of the world. This is for every human. This is self-care. This is what we do at Catalyst with our Nourish to Flourish program. It is just so important to focus on your mind, your body, and your spirit, your health, your well-being. I just loved it. He talked a lot about Jake, Damon, I don't know, all my notes are mixed up, about how your gut and your brain are connected and how your lungs and your heart are connected. And so just knowing what your inputs are to your body, to your mind, whether it's your food or your environment or the things you're listening to or consuming, all of that, it's just so important to know and be very clear on what your goals are with living a quality, beautiful life. The quote I took from Jake Plummer was just to stay curious. And I thought that was very simple, and something that I think a lot of us don't really do is stay curious into what options are there, what opportunities are there for me to really prolong my life and have better quality of life along the way. So that was really cool. Let's see. Jay Shetty. Guys, I didn't know who he was. I must live under a rock or something. I apparently don't know who this guy is, and he was phenomenal. Used to be a monk, wrote a book about it. Now he's doing all kinds of different leadership and all kinds of things where he's doing podcasts and talking to all different types of people. But he just talked a lot about, being a purpose-driven leader, creating more leaders, demonstrating leadership to make sure that you are building leaders who are building leaders, right? That concept. He talked about meditation and the importance of doing just 5 minutes every morning and every night, and just getting in touch with yourself, finding that inner knowing, that inner thought for yourself in silence is just wonderful. I really resonated with this because I feel like a lot of my journey in the past several months, I'll say, has been a lot of that, slowing down, which can seem counterproductive when you're busy and you got a lot to do and you just got to figure things out and you're an integrator and you just got to get through the shit and on to the next thing. What's the to-do? What's the action? And I feel like slowing down to feel emotions, feel it in your body, kind of know, your inner knowing is going to guide you in a lot of ways. And I'm kind of spiritual and woo-woo like that, but it's really been paying off for me in terms of slowing down and trying to really have those aha moments, not from just bullishly charging through things, but by slowing down and sitting with emotion, feeling it, knowing where it's coming from, having that inner dialogue. So that's just been really cool. So yeah, it was neat to meet Jay. And what else? There was a lot of talks about AI, friends, obviously, hot topic. Agentic AI, just making sure that you're looking at workflows, handoffs, getting clear on how you want to use it and what it's going to do to make your life easier. I feel like a lot of it comes from like freeing yourself up for only the human interactions or the things that you can do or are good at, you know, and just finding the aids. Somebody recommended the book Outsiders. I've not read that, but I don't know, that was recommended. It was cool too, because the whole conference wasn't like, now I came home with 1,000 books I have to read, which was nice. I will say that like the connections and the people and everyone I was there talking to, it was just all very genuine and awesome. And the flow of the conference was really nice. I don't have written down who this was that said this. But there was a quote on having focus, speed, and courage to get through things as an entrepreneur. In terms of social media, don't focus on the media part of it. Stay clear and focused on the social part of it. It's meant to be social, connecting you with people, you know, fighting this epidemic of loneliness. Like, that is the point of social media, not the media part, the social part. So being authentic, showing up as yourself, that kind of stuff. One person talked about making sure you have it in your budget to budget for in-person meetups or team events or virtual things to get together, like flying people out, getting together at least once a year. Like, they were showing all kinds of stats and like the power of getting people in person and the energy together and like what it can do for a company that's working primarily virtually to get together every once in a while is just super powerful. Also, don't take too much time to get to perfect. That's me. I've been working on that though, so trying. It's hard. The founding moment is always now. Man, what company was this? I feel like I should have written down who the founder was of this company. But he said that the way he was talking about it was that like at any given moment of the company, like the current team, the current people that are there are founding the things, founding the ideas, founding the next steps, founding the next sale, founding those things. And so I thought it was a really cool perspective to see that anyone on the team is considered a co-founder. It's somebody that is helping to build and grow and be a part of everything. I really enjoyed hearing from the guys who founded Carvana. It started here in the Valley. So I've obviously seen and heard of Carvana, like my dad's in the car business too. So it's like I've heard of them for a long time, and they were just really, really refreshing to come onto the scene. They've had a lot of failures too, and they've stuck with it. But they saw a stagnant industry. They wanted to innovate for people's pains. So again, looking at what experience people don't enjoy, they went with the car vending machine and wanting to do something that people remember and making it easy for customers. And this was on the cusp, like before COVID. And really it helped with touchless, you know, basically car buying during COVID, and was awesome. So I just feel like for me, it's like, yeah, we listen to a bunch of people. You can pull to-dos, you can pull ahas, you can pull on all these things to reflect on. It's inspiring, obviously, to hear from other founders and entrepreneurs. The founder of Beauty Blender was there. That was really cool to put a face to that. You know, everything's been created. Like, it's so cool to like, oh, that's the person who did that. That's really neat. Changed an industry. She said that they put a beauty blender in the Smithsonian. Like, that's fucking cool. So yeah, I would say inspiration is everywhere, you know, figuring out that time and that reflection for yourself, getting in those environments of celebration, and finding those communities. And that was it for me for this year's INC5000 Conference and Gala. I cannot wait to go back next year. And I'm happy to chat with anybody who's considering what they need to do to try to get onto the list, or how you want to grow and scale your company to be able to go and celebrate those types of things, you know, apply for it. You know, that's all it takes is just, you know, applying for it and seeing what you can do to create and build that company and that culture and that excitement around celebrating yourself as an entrepreneur, because it's a lot of work. It's hard and it's not for everybody. And yeah, just highly recommend. It was a great group of people, and I loved listening to who they brought on stage, and the food didn't suck. So hope to see you there next year. Bye.